Happy lunch hour, guys. So, this is something that got brought up yesterday on the live stream, but something I've thought about doing a video on for a while, and I guess now is as good a time as any. you know, with all the stuff going on in the world, okay, all the stuff going on in the country, all everything that we deal with on a daily basis, whether it's food prices, gas prices, crime, immigration, insanity from government officials, whatever it would be. Something that may help, okay, and whether or not you know this, most of you probably do. Have you thought about the Serenity Prayer lately? And no, I'm not getting all religious on everybody or anything with this video, but I just want you to think about this for a second. I want to discuss it, okay? Serenity Prayer basically says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay, that's basically it. All right. So, accept the things I cannot change. I have no ability to change the price of gas. I have no ability to change the price of groceries. I have no ability to stop illegals from coming across the border. I have no ability to stop AOC from being an idiot. I have no ability to stop Joe Biden from putting his foot in his mouth, okay? I just have to accept it. It's going to be part of life. There's always going to be situations like that, right? But as a prepper, the courage to change the things I can, that's what you got to do. And I mean, one kind of plays into the other, and that would be the wisdom to know the difference, right? I can't change the price of gas, but I can change when I buy it, how I use it. Gee, do I have to make 3 trips to town this week, or can I do it all in one? I get 20 cents off a gallon of gas or whatever it is with my fuel rewards card. How many gallons of gas can I get? Great. If I've got unlimited amounts of fuel I can get with that discount, I'm going to fill every gas can I have. Okay. There's the courage to change things when I can. The courage to go out and do something you normally wouldn't do or have never done before. There's all this talk. I mean, look, PBS, public broadcasting, okay, is putting up this big ad about edible insects. Let's talk about how mealworms and cockroaches and ants are all good for us and there's so much protein in them. And no, sorry, not eating it, okay? So, courage to change the things I can. Now, if Build Back Better and the Green New Deal is going to try to get people to eat insects, great. More people who want to eat insects, it's fine by me. Just means there's more pork and beef and chicken for me, okay? Because that's what I'm going to eat. How am I going to change it? Well, maybe I'm going to find a supplier that if the grocery stores don't carry beef anymore, maybe I'll find a supplier that I can buy a side of beef from. Oh, but I don't need a side of beef, Pinball. What do I do? Okay, maybe that gives you the courage to change the things you can and find 2 or 3 other people that you can go split a side of beef with. And each one of you gets some ground beef and some steaks and some ribs and whatever you want, whatever cuts of meat you want. And now you can eat real food, okay? Not the stuff that birds are eating outside. That's the courage to do it, okay? Can't do anything about the southern border. No, I can't. But I sure as hell can protect my home to make sure that that element does not decide they're going to come live on my property or traffic human beings or run drugs through my area. Yeah, I can make a difference in that. I can have the courage to keep my eyes open, and if I see anything that's out of place, make sure that it's reported as need be. Okay? Sorry, there is no way to make a difference. We can't put a brain inside AOC's head. That's not possible. Okay. We can't take Joe Biden and make him be anything but a bumbling idiot. Okay. That's just the nature of the beast. Sorry, it is. But those are things that you need. You need to get out of your comfort zone with prepping, because there is a lot of stuff out there that you can't change. So you have to adapt. You have to figure the end run around it. You know, if they're going to force us to eat bugs, what am I going to do? Well, I'm not eating bugs. All right. So I'm going to make sure I know my own vegetable source, fruit source, meat source, dairy source, whatever. And I'll figure those out, because there are other people that think like you. All right. There's all these cattle farmers. And yes, I know there was this big long line of trucks selling cows at market in Texas the other day because it's too expensive to feed the cattle. All right, so let's say this. What if you did something like found the cattle farmer and says, hey, for a share of that cow, I'll kick in to help pay for the food. Okay, 5 or 10 people do that. Community, okay? Thinking outside the box. How can, on a community level, on a small level, how can we help ourselves by helping each other? I've said many times over the life of this channel, you know, I wish we could go back to the way things were when I was in the 70s, when I was a kid in the 70s. You know, all the neighbors knew each other, all the kids played with each other, all the kids knew the other kids' parents. You know, I mean, when I was up in suburbs of Chicago, it was, you know, Mrs. whatever the last name is. There was respect there, you know. And the parents were there. Somebody was always able to watch in case if I was over at a friend's house 3 blocks away, if something happened to me, that friend's mother or whatever was able to make sure I was okay. It wasn't, we were just left out. You know, I'm talking about being a little kid. I'm talking about being 6, 7 years old, okay? Not 14, you know, where you're out doing whatever. But that was back when community meant something. Neighbors knew neighbors. We have gotten away from that way too much, and nobody helps each other. You know, maybe it's time to have the courage to change the things you can. There's nothing stopping you from talking to a neighbor, from going up to the person at church, in the post office, at the bar, wherever you hang out or whatever, and getting into these conversations. Why not? What do you have to lose? Get into a conversation about gas prices, get into a conversation about food prices or whatever, and see where the conversation goes. But communication and courage are going to be the biggest things that are going to get you through this, because we're all about to face something that none of us have ever faced before. Okay. You know, worldwide economic collapse. All right. Those people that lived through the Depression are now pushing 100. Okay. Not a whole lot of them left. World War. Okay. You know, the people that lived through that are now in their 80s. Okay. And they were kids when that was going on. Most of us who still walk the face of the earth don't know what life is like there. But think about what it took to survive the Depression. Think about what it took for the people in Europe, because the war wasn't on U.S. soil for the most part. Okay. Yes, I know Pearl Harbor and the Aleutian Islands. Okay. But other than that, it wasn't here. What did it take for the people in Europe to survive, to come out the other side, as I say all the time? They had to work together. They had to have the courage to do something different. It's a good lesson we all need to learn. We know the difference. It's just a matter of whether or not you implement it.